Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Schevity Craft server. This is Scoots42, ready for another episode. I've run into a bit of a snag. Since we've added Ender.io and removed Industrial Craft, and again, this is all testing. I'm not releasing this as a pack just yet. I'm going to have to wait for Ender.io to actually be released on the Twitch launcher, or through the Twitch launcher, at the CurseForge site. So basically what I've had to do is remove the move fluids because they were causing some problems. The server kept shutting down and it wasn't really happy. So what I'm going to need to do is come up with another power source. That's number one. And so what I'm going to do is I've started working with getting some syngas ready. And I think we've got a few more things to do here. I needed the syngas producer controller. And so if we look at that, that takes a bunch of this funky components that we haven't really looked at yet. They're not that bad. The control circuit is just nether quartz, iron, and redstone. Iron tubing is just iron and sticks. Redstone iron wiring, iron sticks and redstone. I mean, this stuff isn't terrible. This stuff is just 4 pieces of iron. Now let's see, we need, where is all this stuff? I need one syngas producer controller, right? And I decided to go with 5 mixing chambers because the way the ratios work out is you need about 5 of these mixing chambers to 1 of the heating chambers. We're also going to need a fluid intake valve, which I've crafted one of. And we need an item intake. We're also going to need, which I haven't made yet, is a fluid output, which is one of these guys, fluid output valve. There we go. So there's the fluid output, fluid intake. So is that everything? Okay, I think that's everything we'll need for the syngas producer. And we're also going to want to go with a gas turbine. Mainly because this is, in my opinion, the syngas is the best thing to burn in the gas turbine. So we want a gas turbine controller, which uses a couple of these redstone guys. I think I may have already made some of those, though. We might have enough left here. What am I missing for you? One of these? Control circuit. So gas turbine controller, nice. So we've got a flux generator and a fuel air mixer already. I'm also going to want a gas mix compressor. Now these were a little tricky. Thankfully we had the Enderium cow long enough to get some Enderium. Otherwise this is kind of a painful thing to make. Lead dust, pulverized platinum, resonant ender. We have all that stuff and we could have made it, but fortunately I already had some left over. So we'll want a gas mix compressor. And there's no reason not to add these guys. All they do is increase how much RF you can get out of there. So we definitely want those. I believe we're going to want another fluid intake. Fluid intake. There we go. Let's see, what else do we need? We have the flux generator. Fuel air mixer. We have almost everything except for the turbines. And these are all kind of tiered out. There's different tiers we can make. Enderium, Manulan. Those are about the same, really. Those are the 2 best from what I can tell. So I think what I want to do is I want to try to get some Manulan. So let's do that. Hopefully we've got some cobalt and some ardite built up over here. I've only got, yeah, I don't even, I think I've only got one piece of manual. We got plenty. We got plenty of that stuff. Let's see. Some hardened glass in there, nice. So I think what we might want to do is let's see if we can't get that guy sped up a little bit. Go with our old kits here. Nice. Now what I don't know is if I have a silver gear, because I may or may not, and I don't. Can I? Yeah, let's just do that so we don't have to wait for the smeltery. So let's at least get you up to this level. And we should still have a few of those augments left in here. So we should be able to get this guy sped up relatively quickly. I think I have to do that. There we go. So now I can add these. Nice. You can see that's going much, much quicker now. And we are going to need a fairly decent amount of the manulin. And if we take a look, if you don't, maybe you don't have the cobalt nardite or the manulin, there are other ones. I mean, you can do these out of gold, bronze. I think you can do iron. Yeah, there's iron. So there's several different tiers. Definitely several different tiers. The other thing, I think while we're waiting on that to cook up, let's clear out the inventory here. Ooh, we got a zombie head. Nice. I might have to do a... I'm going to pop this up here to kind of remind me. No, wait a minute. Do we already have a place for zombie heads? I do have some open drawers. So maybe I'll just pop you in there. Because now that we've got Ender IO, we're definitely going to want to start up a little head collection. Eat a little bit there. There we go. I'm going to want to get a tree farm going. So I'm going to want the plant gatherer and the plant sower. So we're going to need some gold gears, a couple of tin gears. Let's see, we're not doing that great on gold. Let's go ahead and take a nap here before the mobs start showing up. I'm going to have to find a better place for this bed because, man, it's kind of crazy. I'm going to have to upgrade our mining now, too, since we don't really have access to the move fluids anymore. Oh, you know what? I am going to have to see if there's a different way that we can make those gold gears, because unfortunately the smeltery is going to turn that into energized alloy. So is there a different way for me to make... There is. Nice. Let's pop you back in there. Let's just get a couple of gold gears here. I think we can spare an iron ingot or two. So we want the... I think the... What is it? The plant gatherer is what I was working on there. We'll want a couple of iron axes. 1, 2. And an iron hoe. Hopefully we still have the plastic in there. We'll find out here real quick. Ooh, what am I missing? Really? Didn't I just make those? That's weird. I wonder why it didn't add them. But there's our plant gatherer. And we're also going to want a plant sower, which we're going to need one of those. I may or may not. I don't have those bricks. Do I have any clay? I do. We should be able to get you cooked up relatively quick. This thing's actually fairly quick already without any upgrades, so I'm happy about that. And let's see what else we need for the plant sower. A couple of pistons. So we'll need one piston and another iron gear. And let's see if those guys are ready for us yet. Nice. Flower pot and plant sower. There we go. So let's, I mean, we've got a decent amount of wood, and I'm thinking that right over here, I mean, this ought to get us started, the wood that we have over here already. But since this is kind of where I've been keeping the stuff, I may as well, since this is where we've been doing our tree farming, I figured I may as well set up a tree farm over here. Right, and especially since, man, I mean, it just kind of hurt. It does hurt a little bit, if I'm being honest. And see, it looks like we've got a little bit of stuff left in there. Let's find our shovel number 1. I have a shovel handy. There we are. And let's go ahead and reassign these guys. This shouldn't need any power to continue transferring the rest of the fluid. So we should have a crescent hammer handy. Nice. And we can just kind of reclaim all this stuff here. If I am able, and I'm going to keep working on it, you know, I don't know exactly why it was giving me problems. So, I mean, I'm not sure when I'll be able to add them back, but I am going to keep, hopefully, trying to get them added back. So that's probably enough to get us started here. And we'll be able to take all these things down, too. Let's see. Wanted to say maybe right over here would be a good place for a tree farm. Let's see, if I put you, say, right here-ish, plant sower, what is your range? So that is your range. Let's look at some range upgrades here before we run out of power. Is it add-on? Add-on, there we go. I'm thinking maybe a tier 3-ish. Let's see what that'll do. I guess you can go up there. Try to get rid of some of this stuff we just picked up here. There we go. So then I'll probably want to do another tier 3 add-on if this works here. Ooh, so I think that's going to be just about perfect, really. So let's get another tier 3. Oh, okay, we didn't even need to look it up. There we go. And so the plant gatherer, let's see, you're going to want to go probably right here. And remember, the industrial foregoing stuff faces the same direction you're facing. You can see there's the range there. There we go. So those ranges are all worked up. Now, what I didn't think about and what I should have thought about, number one, let's get rid of the rest of this junk that just added itself to my inventory. Ooh, we got an ender lily. Nice. I know just what to do with that. I've actually been kind of hoping we'd get another ender lily. There we go. Let's see, I'm going to want the signal and plated item ducts. There we go. And we're going to want more than what we have of those. So let's see here. Recipe should be able to get. Do I need to make item ducts with those first? I never can remember. Let's look at that recipe again. So those are in fact item ducts. So let's get some item ducts here. There we go. So now we should be able to do the signal and plated ones without much of a problem. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So what we can do, if we get our shovel back out here, should be able to dig over here until we see the plant sower. Nice. And what I'll probably do now, we'll need a couple of different ender chests. And probably some drawers. Now let's go with the ender chest. What are we missing for ender chest? Chests? Well, that's easily fixed. We'll just make a piece of white wool here real quick. And we should be able to swap you out and get another, there we go. And let's maybe take another nap here real quick. So I don't remember if I have an ender chest emptying into this guy, so it doesn't look like it. And that's actually pretty easily fixed also. That's empty. So we'll do kind of the same thing. Let's put you back. Let's move you over to here. We should be able to take you out. And we'll just kind of move you guys over here a little bit. There we go. And let's go, and I think I'll do this one with brown. So we'll get a couple of brown flowers here. Let's see, brown. There we go. And did I? Oh, that was an accident. Come on now. Must have left my mortar inside. Yep, there it is. Let's turn you into this stuff. There we go. And we'll get you guys colored up. So I want to have this system in place before we start actually producing any trees here. Oh. Oh. All right. Well, let's fix that real quick. Do I have room? Let's put you in the offhand, maybe. And I'll chisel that back up later. I just want to... Can't believe I did that. Wow. There we go. Alright, so let's pop you there. And let's grab a regular item duct. Regular item duct. There we go. And one left. And we'll want to disconnect those. Let's put these pieces of glowstone back in there. There we go. Give ourselves a little bit of room to work with. And we're going to want a servo. So I've got one left. Nice. We actually are going to want to craft at least one more servo. There we go. So now you should be ready to accept stuff. Let's grab a few of these. I think... See, I should be able to put a couple of these things back in here, like you. Let's see, we should be able to put you guys up. And let's put at least that little stack of wood up. And then we're going to want some drawers. And probably a drawer controller wouldn't be a bad idea. So I may need to make a couple of these. There we go, drawer controller. Nice. And then what we'll do, say like over here, we can have our drawer controller. With our drawers up here. We're going to play that game again. Yep. There we go. You guys will see why I am setting this up like this here in just a second, because we're going to be using the thermal way of transporting stuff. So we need to remember that basically what I want is the saplings and stuff are going to be gathered here, and then I want the saplings first to come back into the plant sower, and then anything that's extra I'll want to come into the drawers, and then we'll remove from the drawers and send that stuff to the inside. So I'm going to want a couple pieces of dirt, which it looks like I already had. There we go. I'm probably going to want a little of this water gone here. There we go. Don't need it all gone. Maybe something like this. There we go. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Probably something like that. Then over here we'll have our ender chest. And I'll probably go and make some more item ducts here in just a minute, but let's get this started at least. We'll probably want to dig down a little bit more to get out to where we're going. There we go. Nice. So basically what I'm going to have to do and you know, we probably should just go make some more item ducts here real quick, because I only will need, in fact, let's set that up now. Let's get the power rolling here. So we'll need, see, you're right there. So we'll probably want power something like here. And then we'll just need these. So you'll need the servo. We might also need to do some filtering as well. Make sure you're set to out. You probably already were. Do it like this. There we go. And then from that point on, all we should need are some item ducts. So let's see if we can't just get another stack of them. There we go. So I'll probably want something like this. And we'll come back and deal with setting up the so I'll definitely want you to come down, but we're going to want to disconnect here. There we go. So we're going to want to set up some filters here in just a minute. Oh, I think I boxed myself in. There we go. Oh, I'm stuck. Well, at least I can breathe. There we go. And we can just kind of fill that back in. There we go. Alright, so let's go and take another nap. Let's get ourselves a couple of filters. We'll probably be good with these. And we're basically going to filter you and say that you're going to whitelist oak wood. And we're going to come down here, put a filter there, and say that you're going to just whitelist saplings. And that might be, whoa. Seriously? Jeez. Let's see, is there anything I can dump off? Oh, I actually wanted my, there we go, the ender pouch. We can get rid of that, that, and that. Alright, so let's get our range upgrade out of here. Well, that was kind of weird. So you're in there. You're in there now. Weird. Don't know why it was trying to do that. And I don't need you. There we go. That was really, really weird. I don't know why it did that. So hopefully now we can put this back. Let's go and let's dump a bunch of this dirt. We can always get more if we need it, right? Let's grab some bone meal. There we go. And we'll kind of start to make this happen here. Nice. And so what we should see is this stuff start to fill up. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. And what we'll probably want to do too is pull out our drawer keys. And we're going to lock you and lock you. And let's grab a sapling. And then lock you. Really? Are you kidding me? Where is that coming from? Got too much junk is one thing. There we go. There we go. So you still have your range upgrade, right? Yeah. And you do too. So let's turn those off. Then we'll work on collecting the sludge later as well. See, and I did put a servo on you or you wouldn't be collecting this stuff, right? Right. So the plant gatherer will pick that stuff up for us. Let's see, I should be able, let's grab another chunk of dirt here. We should be able to cover this up. And let's grab a whole bunch more saplings. We should have quite a few over here. And one of these. Saplings. There we are. There we go. So now we should start to see some tree planting going on, some heavy tree planting, and some pretty good resource collection. I will need to come out and put in some void upgrades in here. See, did I not? Nope, never did. Okay, so let's, whoa, come on. There we go. Let's get a servo on you. And you're going to be whitelisted for wood. Hopefully we'll see that. I may want to put a... Master, did I not turn you on, perhaps? There we go. And I'll probably want to put a faster servo on this guy. There we go. Now we're talking. So let's come up here where we've still got some fluids. We're still doing good on the fluids. And let's start getting these machines put together. So let's see, heating chamber, I guess, and mixing chambers. Syngas producer controller. Item input. Fluid intake. And let's move this a little bit. We'll want like the fluid output there or here-ish. Maybe the mixing chamber back there. And the syngas there. There we go. That's a functioning machine. And then over on this side, see, that's our fluid output. So thinking like right here-ish. Do our fluid intake. Gas turbine controller. Actually, let's put the flux generator there. This stuff can really go anywhere. It's freeform multi-block. There we go. Fuel air mixer. Alright, so that technically is incomplete because we need at least one turbine. So hopefully by now we have our manual. So this should really be cooking with gas at this point. It should be filling up our... So is there anything in there? It's all gone, so that's good. It should be filling up our plant sower first with saplings. There we go. And then it will start filling up the drawer with saplings. So let's see here. I think we had some manual smelting up. There we go. So now we should be able to get a decent couple of turbines at least. And I'm trying to think, I'm thinking that what we should probably do is do another couple set of ender chests here. Well, that was quite a bit more wool than I intended to make. But that's okay, at least we can get our ender chests. Let's take a nap real quick, and hopefully we'll be able to get this stuff up and running. I know we're starting to get a little long on the episode. But I think it was important to get all this stuff put in place first. Let's see, how are we doing on wood? 3 stacks is not terrible. I did turn you on, right? Yeah. Let's get a couple more of these brown flowers. There we go. I made 3 of these. I mean, it's not like we're not going to need more ender chests. But there we go. Let's see. This time we can just do like brown, white, brown. I'm awful free with the pick today. Looks like we got another zombie head. There we go. And is that? Oh, here they are. Item decks. Another servo. So down here, let's put one of these guys. Do something like this. Servo. Whitelist wood. And on. You should start, there we go. Now I know it seems kind of silly to do it this way, but I still want to have access to my wood, and we will get a backlog. I've done enough of these to know that we will end up with a backlog here. So let's see, item input, there you go. So we're going to want to do like that. Well, I don't know if I like it like that, that close to the thing. So let's do it over here. Item input, like so. So you should start getting some wood here. There you go. And we are going to need to supply this guy with water. Let's get some of our Fluidex here. And your fluid intake, let's move you to say back here-ish. Fluidex, if you would please. Got my crescent hammer handy? There it is. There we go. Disconnect those guys. Kind of surprised it even tried to connect there, to be honest. There we go. So you should be producing syngas at this point, or at least shortly. It'll take a moment for it to start heating up. You can see that heat starting to rise. Nice. And then let's go and get ourselves a tank. And you can just kind of sit right there. Oh, you know what? You might need to be... We should probably do some hardened Fluidex here. Say I'm a little confused as to why that is not wanting to connect. So let's try this. There we go. And then I should be able to configure you to push. And we still don't have any turbines yet. So let's do this. How many blades do we need? 7, 8. 8 per. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can't get 5 of these guys. What am I missing? There we go. Let's pop you guys on the back here. Nice. Very, very nice indeed. You're going to keep producing syngas. And I don't think it's going to do... I don't think it's going to use any power until we hook it up. So let's see. Hopefully I've got enough of those. Let's see if we can't get a few more. There we go. That should be plenty. And you are accepting power again, yes? All right. So this thing isn't actually going to start using any power unless this stuff runs out. So it should start producing power now. There we go. So we can do 2500 RF a tick there, which is quite a bit more. Well, it might be right on par with what we were doing there. I think it might be a good idea to just let all these things work together. And I'll work on getting a few more turbines. I think we can have like up to 10. I could be wrong about that, but we'll figure that out. But we have functioning syngas. So again, I know this was a super long episode, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by today, and take care.